Hi friends, welcome to my kitty heaven with 21 cats. If you're new here, I'm Jessica. Today we're doing a video on, it's a conclusion to my video I made about Peaches, Mango, and Creamsicle. The three cats my son might be taking with them when he moves, which he hasn't done yet, um, but should be any time now. So I wrote a pros and cons list, trying to figure out uh, trying to figure out if the cat should go with me or go with him. Because, well, we're still like, the hard decision. So, I also wrote a script so I can remember everything I would like to say. This is the script here. Um, so I'm going to show you guys cats. So you guys don't have to listen to me read. Oh, by the way, don't mind my socks there. I was doing laundry and putting socks together. And those are all my mismatched socks. So, anyway, I'm just going to do the update. I can't post this yet because I'm still waiting on that paperwork. That's not going to be in this video. This video should probably come out in about 24 hours. And then by then I should have it. And then the next video, I'll tell you what that's about. But back to this. So, my three cats. Well, yeah, here's Peaches. There's Mango. And then her dad, I don't know where he is. But, where to start? Okay. So, the move alone, them three cats, it's going to be a lot of change and stress on those cats. Changing the dynamics of the cats, from, for everything. All these cats and Peaches, Mango, and Creamsicle. Well, another pro is of them staying with me is there's no real fights between the cats, except Peaches does bully sometimes. That's definitely a negative. Of course, he's not to pick part. How do you say that word? Particular, me and ours. So he's not too particular to who he bullies, except for he is most friendly with Mango and Creamsicle. Creamsicle is his, who was I just talking about? Peaches. Okay, so Creamsicle is Peaches' brother. Mango is Peaches' daughter. Um, so, I might have to have Peaches rehomed. I was definitely thinking that since it wouldn't be fair to take him from his cat family, but that does not make any sense. He might bully, but they are all still friends. I don't know how that works. I don't bully my friends, but cats. I think he just wants to play when they don't, basically. Um, but another reason for my son to take him, besides he loves them all, and Creamsicle is attached to Nate. It is too crowded here. I'm going to admit that it is getting too crowded here. Even though there's been no serious fights, they are getting more stressed than usual. Just seems to be more grumpiness than before. I'd say about 2 litters ago is when they start getting more grumpy. And also, the huge reason that I'm considered letting them go is financially, of course. It would definitely help with 3 less cats. If this was the case, I would let my son take him, and they would hopefully and probably adjust, as it would lessen the stress of crowding. Financially, however, are you guys sitting down, by the way? So this is one of my first big surprises is I am moving. I just didn't know when. I still don't know exactly when, but it's not going to be very much longer. It should be Should be shortly after my son moves, hopefully within the next week or two. Um, excuse me. I kind of knew for a while that this was going to happen, but I just didn't know when or if for real. Kind of hard to explain personal stuff, but um, so in that conclusion, how do I say this? So where was I? So I'm moving myself, and 20 cats are going with me. My son also agrees it would be best for them since I would be able to provide more space and be able to afford them. So we kind of came to the conclusion that the change of taking one cat won't be as dramatic. We can't let my son not have his at least one cat. I can't tell you which one it is. It's going to be a surprise. I'm going to do a video and let you guys try to figure out which cat's going. Um, so, because as I was saying, taking 3 cats would be a lot more dramatic on not on all the cats than taking one cat. And so where was I? So I'm sorry, guys. This is kind of hard to try to read and figure out where I am. I don't know how people do these scripts, but I couldn't remember all this if I didn't write it down, so I apologize. So anyway, there will be no more crowded. Will help out a lot for sure. And yes, the move will be stressful in the end, but regardless, they're either going to be moving with me or my son. So regardless, they're moving, and we all know moving for cats is stressful on them. But in the end, if they go with me, they're going to be all staying together, and they will have more room, so we don't have to worry about them being crowded. And why did I write that? By the way, I don't feel bad if you can't keep all the cats. I am doing what I think is best. By the way, don't feel bad if you can't. Who am I talking to? Sometimes my writing makes no sense in my brain. But anyway, ignore that. I don't know what I'm trying to say there. Anyway, obviously, since I can afford a bigger house, I will also be able to provide for them financially. I'm not going to, like I was saying, I'm not going to go and say, talk about how that's possible. But let's just say things are changing. Not due to this channel, obviously, as I'm just beginning, and I don't even know if I'm ever going to monetize. Because that's not really my concern. It wasn't. I started this as a hobby, and then I was like, crap, I need help for my cats. And so I was thinking, I really kind of need this monetized. But in the end, since things are actually finally changing, I don't think that I'll have to stress about it so much. So anyway, regardless, as I was saying, losing one cat will be easier than losing 3 cats. They're all relatives. And then I'm going to be working on Peach's behavior since he does bully. But even if he just took Peach's, he'd still probably bully Creamsicle and Mango. Not so much because he does get along with them the best. But still, I think it'll change a lot once we get more space. And as I was saying, that's kind of, it is the cat, but also it's a lot to do with the space, I'm sure. So they're going to be fine here. I think that they can really thrive and do a lot better once we get a lot of space, so I don't have to worry about losing 3 cats. And I think one we can do. We gotta have one. We gotta let my son have one, right? So anyway, oh, and my son is going to get his cat Rugrat. That was one of the cats from the first litter that we gave to my dad. Well, I gave my son and his dad Rugrat and Sunshine from the first 2 litter, but they had to rehome them when they lost their house, and so we gave Rugrat to my dad. But he's probably going to get him back, and so then he'll have Rugrat, and then one of his other ladies. That's a surprise. So now we're almost done. Oh yes. So all this deciding if on these 3 cats, and also being accused of this, it's kind of making me consider if I'm a hoarder, since that's a lot to unravel. I mean, I just did a lot of talking right now, and that's a lot to unravel. So my next video, along with some more great news, we're going to do that in the next video. So what do you guys think? You think I made the right decision here? Now, if I was going to be stuck here, I would probably more likely let my son take all 3 of the cats. Have Peaches, Mango, and Creamsicle. However, I think we lucked out, and we're not going to have to do that. But it was a major consideration, considering I didn't know when I was going to be moving. But we got some great news, and we're going to keep all three of the cats in the kitty family. For me, yes. But mostly we're thinking about the cats. And my son agrees that that would be best, since I am giving them a bigger home. Yay! So let's say hello to the cats I have on my bed. Tangerine, Peaches, a Mango. Yeah, I would miss you so bad. Yeah, I know my son's going to miss you guys, but he's going to miss all the cats anyway. And he's just going to have to come over and visit. And Big Eyes. And Skittles. And Julius. And Little One. And Foxy way over there. And Little M. And Sunshine. Oh, sorry guys, if I sounded nervous, kind of a lot too. Yeah, I'm not as nervous. I'm just more nervous thinking about my next video, unraveling am I a hoarder? I'm gonna be honest, but let's just say I don't think I am, and the fact that I'm considering rehoming cats, and we have rehomed, huh? But so yay, that's very good news, and I'm very excited, and I think it'll work out great. And I got some ideas on things to do we can help with Peach's behavior. He says, "What? I'm innocent. I just wanted to play, and they don't want to play." Yeah, at least there's no brutal fights or anything. You guys seen, we're just a little bit of a bully, huh, Peaches? All right, well, guys, that's all for now. I probably won't post this for a while. I'd say probably 24 hours. So, but I at least wanted to get this done. And we will see you in the next video with more great news. Y'all have a wonderful day. Thanks for watching. See you next time.